everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Venus Day. Christine says happy Friday, Jacqui and Tribe. Jacqui says greetings, fine friends. Hello, Teresa. Nice to see you. Happy Venus Day, Courtney. Y'all can hear me. That's good. I have audio, but a second split in audio video. Anyone else having split in audio video? I look great. I mean, I always look great, but like the video stream is what I'm talking about. So if you're having issues, I don't know, maybe come out. Can you guys hear my music? This is still like a new setup, so I'm playing with stuff. Carmina has audio, cool. I turned the music up, can you hear it now? It's shamanic drums and Om chanting. So let me know if you guys can hear that. Happy full moon, Megan. April, happy full moon. Hello, Mish. All right, looks great to you guys. Awesome. Hi, Bonnie. Lindsay hears the music. It's blasting now. We're getting really into those shamanic vibes. All right. I'm trying to think if I have anything that I want to talk about before we dive into the astrology. Maybe I can introduce myself if this is your first time. My name is Jacqui Mancuso. I join you guys from Northern Illinois. Every so often I come on here and I talk about astrology, and then we pull some oracle cards to see what our guides and our higher self and the planets want us to know about whatever's happening in the skies. So this is titled Sagittarius Full Moon. And there's a couple things that we're going to talk about today, not just the Sagittarius full moon, but that is a big part of this weekend. Hello, Sharon. Welcome. Nice to see you. So I guess, yeah, I'll just dive into it. So tomorrow, late tomorrow night is when the full moon peaks in Sagittarius. Around 10:30 Central Time, PM, is when the Sagittarius full moon peaks. Hello, Jane. Good morning. But today, before we have the full moon, we have Venus and Neptune making a trine in the sky. So that is positive, harmonious energy. I'll give you more details on that. And then after the full moon, so first we have this Venus-Neptune trine. Then we have the full moon in Sagittarius. And then on Sunday, Mercury and Uranus are coming conjunct in Taurus. So we'll touch on all of those to see what to expect this weekend. Jacqui says, I will be under the full moon in Soldier Field seeing Taylor Swift with my younger daughter. So excited. That'll be fun. That'll be a lot of energy in that place for sure. I recommend doing your shield of protection. Anytime you go into a big crowd, I recommend just shielding your energy. Not because I don't think people are like truly malicious. Like I really don't believe that people are malicious. I just think that people they don't know what they're doing. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Gary, does it matter that I'm a Sagittarius? I have no idea how this works. Gary, you're here all the time. You know how this works. Give yourself some credit. It depends on where the sun was in Sagittarius when you were born. So I get real nitpicky with the chart, the actual degree points, because it does matter what degree things were at. Lindsay's a Sag too. We'll get more into the Sagittarius full moon, but first I want to tell you guys about Venus trine Neptune. Jacqui, there's no room for anxiety. Yeah, just trust, protect, you're fine. Everything's fine. If you worry, you invite those energies in. If you trust, okay, all right, here's a story. Here's what I want to talk about beforehand. I was walking yesterday, and when I walk, I'm that lunatic who will walk around the neighborhood like talking to myself. Like I do affirmations while I'm walking because I stopped caring what other people think about me because I'm here to live my best life. So I'm walking and I'm just like, yeah, I'm on the right path. I don't know. I was in the flow. I don't remember the affirmations I was saying, but I was just like saying them out loud to myself. And then this one was, it was like a download. It was just like channeled through and it hit me really hard. And I actually wrote it down because I wanted to share it with people. Let me see where I put it. Ready for this? You could say this to yourself all the time. I am protected from anything that doesn't serve my highest good. And that's true. And that's something that can get you out of worry, out of anxiety, out of the what if, I go into this big crowd and something happens. No, you tell the universe, I am protected from anything that doesn't serve my highest good. Or playing with whatever words you like. I know some people don't like thank you, Lindsay, for typing it in the chat. I know some people don't like the not, because the universe doesn't understand not, and it's Gemini season, so you can go ahead and get in your head about all of those words, but there you go. So take that and do with it what you want. Today, Venus and Neptune are forming a trine in the sky. So they are 120 degrees apart. This makes like a nice triangle when you have a third in the sky. We'll talk about that too. But this is a harmonious aspect. So Venus is at 27 degrees of Cancer, and Neptune is at 27 degrees of Pisces. Water energy. The end of the water signs. They're in the last few degrees of their water signs. So they already are like giving a thumbs up, a high five to each other across the sky. We also have the moon right now. Like right now, currently, the moon is around 20 degrees of Scorpio, the third water sign. And then I looked ahead around like 7 o'clock tonight, Central Time. Around 7 o'clock Central Time is when the moon will be at 27 Scorpio. So we'll have this grand trine in water. Grand trines, so if a trine is harmonious aspect, like harmonious energy, helping each other out, this grand trine where you have something in each of the water signs, it's just like an outpouring of watery, intuitive, feminine energies. So this is a very good day to tune into receiving messages from your higher self. If you like had some weird premonition dream last night, like if you dreamt about something and it had to do with someone else, like maybe just check in with them and see what's going on. This energy, this grand trine and water energy is totally like intuitive, receptive. Oh my gosh, I understand the whole world right now. So today, if you have time for an extra meditation, I would take advantage of that time. If you have time to sit with yourself, if you have time to go for a walk and let an affirmation come through, like any flow state that you're able to get into today, tomorrow, I recommend it. And just ask the universe to send you what you need to know to walk down your highest path right now. The energies are there for us to receive high downloads, high quality downloads. Bonnie, you dreamed of me? So this might be a good prep for the full moon in Sagittarius today. Like there might be some intuitive knowledge that comes through that's like helping you with what you're meant to release during tomorrow's full moon. If you have placements in your natal chart that are at the last degrees of the water signs, so I would say with like anywhere between 25 to 29 of Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, the water signs, the downloads that you receive today might be related to that planet. So however that feels for you. Like let's just say you have Mars at one of those degree points at the end of Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. You might receive a download regarding how to use your energy, how to use your motivation to serve your highest good. So, Yeah, intuition is very, very heightened with all three of these water signs activated right now. And specifically, the 3 planets that are activated, the moon, Venus, Neptune. The moon is linked to our intuition, our emotions, very water energy. Venus is linked to the divine feminine. She's the divine feminine energy, feminine, receptive, yin, intuitive. And then Neptune is the higher expression of Venus. Neptune is literally the god of the seas, the water god, the dreamer. So if there's anything that you need guidance on today, just ask your higher self. However you connect with your higher self, again, whether that's meditating, whether that's getting into a really good painting groove and just letting your mind go away while you draw, whether that is walking, like today is a day to just flow, bring that water energy in, literally flow, and get out of your head and allow the downloads to come in. See what you guys are talking about. Sharon said, how weird. I dreamt of water last night. It was like a flood. Water, water, water in the sky. Megan, I dreamed of water last night as well. Full sinks and bathtubs. So water represents our subconscious in dreams, as far as I know. So this could be an invitation to dive into something that is like an automatic program in your subconscious. Suzanne has Jupiter at 27 degrees of Cancer, so this could be a lucky break for you. An intuitive hit on how to expand something in your life. That's right where Venus is. Venus is conjunct your Jupiter, so lots of love in your life right now as well, because Jupiter expands and brings abundance. Courtney has Scorpio moon at 25 degrees, so your emotions might be amplified right now based on whatever this download is. And just understand that like nothing is good or bad, but emotions can be highly expressed and the lower expression. So this could be a download that you're like, frick, I don't want to deal with that. Or this could be a download of like bringing you to ecstasy, bringing you to that manic, like, oh my God, I gotta do it all right now. Julie, midheaven at 29 of Pisces. Midheaven is the most public point of your chart. It often has to do with your career or your fame, your honors, how you're recognized in the world. This could be like if you have a download today about this is what I'm supposed to do in my career, like this is the next step to take to make that lucky break, I would trust that today for sure. Anik needs guidance on everything. I love you, Anik. Fiona dreamt of water last night in a swimming pool, and I was freaking out because I forgot to take my hearing aids out, and I didn't want them to get destroyed by water. That's funny, Fiona. Carmina, today my Druid Critter card is Seal, calling from the sea, the unconscious. Interesting. I love that everyone who comes here, like we're all connected, and I love seeing it come out through the chat. Suzanne, hooray, I'm going on a trip to see my family in San Diego by the sea. I love it. I love it. So that is today, that Venus, Neptune, Moon, Grand Trine energy today. Receive. This is all feminine energy. Feminine is about receiving. So hold back. Don't think as much as you can. Like that's just my advice. Try not to think about things. Maybe just release them and say, I trust that the right information will come to me, and watch. Tomorrow night. So it's going to be like a very late full moon. So if you are the moon water type of person, I just leave, I have like a gallon glass jar, and I leave it, I have 2 of them, and I leave them at the south point of my house where the moon crosses over overnight. So I intend that the water be charged with the full moon energy. And then you could do a whole bunch of stuff with your full moon water. I drink it every morning with my little morning routine stuff. You can diffuse it to like diffuse the full moon energy into your house. You can put a little bit in your bath water to like bring that full moon energy into your bath. Like anything that you do with water, you can charge it under the full moon. So if you do that, I recommend doing it on Saturday night this time around. So the full moon is happening at 13 degrees of Sagittarius. So Gary and someone else was mentioning that you're a Sagittarius. If your sun is near 13 degrees, and I would give this maybe from 8 to 18. Did I just do bad math? What's 13 minus 5? Yeah, 8 to 18 degrees of Sagittarius. That's where I would give like you're going to be impacted more strongly if you have something between 8 to 18 degrees of Sagittarius. Or 8 to 18 of Gemini, because when we have the full moon, the moon is in Sag, and the sun is always 180 degrees. In this case, it's in Gemini. I want to see what you guys are talking about. Suzanne has Chiron at 28 of Pisces. You might do some family healing while you're there to heal something in yourself. Kay just took an Epsom salt bath to alleviate body aches. I love it. Very water. Yeah. Sharon, last night I took out my glass containers in preparation for making moon water. So I remember I have a to-do list reminder that comes back every time I have a full moon. Carrie, okay, so this is how my brain works. Do I ruin my moon water if I boil it for tea? You get to create your own reality. If you intend that it is retaining the energies of the full moon, then it's going to retain the energies of the full moon. How do we find out what our degrees are, Lindsay? So you can look up a free natal chart on pretty much any website. You could just search Google or whatever search engine you use, free natal chart, and there's like 100 websites that'll give you one. They are not the most intuitive thing to dissect. I'm in the process, so this is one of my next steps. If you guys follow me, you know I'm working on like a million things right now, but one of my very soon next steps is to make a tutorial video on how to look at your birth chart and find a point, so that you know what we're talking about. There are other astrologers who probably have those videos all over YouTube. I've never watched them, so I don't know how they describe it, but if you like my style, then I'll have one coming out. But if for right now, we're talking about 13 degrees of Sagittarius. So you would look at that big circle that is your birth chart and find the Sagittarius symbol, which looks like an arrow. In a lot of websites, they'll make the symbol red because Sagittarius is a fire sign. So you look for the one that looks like an arrow, like a stick with a little arrow at the top, and then my gosh, where are my words? The signs are 30 degrees. There's 30 degrees in the astrological signs, so you would look right in the middle for 13. That's right, Jackie. I do have an astrology course on Insight Timer called Astrology 101, which can clue you in. My brain is going like 300 miles an hour right now. Let's see what else. Jackie has North Node and Jupiter in the right degrees in Gemini. Got a lot going on now, Jackie. Cherry loves listening to your wisdom. Thank you. Trish, can you please share what you do with the new moon? I can talk more in depth the next time we have a new moon. But new moon, I really just set intentions. I don't really do many rituals. Suzanne, this is so helpful. I came late, but just in time. Always, always, always. Jackie says, I highly recommend a natal chart reading with Jackie. I do read charts. My website is in my link tree, which is in my Insight Timer bio. So click, click, click. Trish, did you miss? I was just talking about the moon water that I set out during the full moon. Anik, I can't read my chart. It's all cave drawings to me. I get that. I've been there for sure. Courtney also recommends a reading. Lovely, Courtney. Thank you. And Courtney, I was on Courtney's podcast, so go listen to Courtney's podcast. If it'll let you put the link in, Courtney, to your podcast, you can go ahead and do that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Gary says, I suppose I'll have to learn how to read a chart. You just need to know the basics. Thank you guys, thank you guys, thank you guys. All right, so really quick, the full moon water. How do you prepare it? It's all intention. Like everything in this incarnation that we do is all intention. So whatever today's intuitive 101 day, right? We have all these intuitive planets working with us. So what I do, this is what I do. I put water in a jar and I place it outside. And I say, I intend that the full moon charge this water. Now, the first few times I did it, I made a bigger deal out of it because it was, like I'm learning a new thing. I'm setting a new intention. I'm learning a new skill. But honestly, that's all it is. Just put whatever water you drink, like people will get real specific and say like, it needs to be spring water. It needs to be the most pure filtered water. Like just use whatever you have available. You don't need to make a big deal out of everything. If all you have right now is a bottle of like grocery store water, place it outside and intend that the moon charge it. And then everything is intention. So when you put it out, if you want to like imagine the moonlight surrounding your water and like watch the energies of this full moon that we haven't talked about yet, coming into the water, anything that feels right. And then whenever you use it afterwards, just intend to receive the energies of the full moon that this water represents. So today we have the full moon at 13 degrees, not today, tomorrow night. The full moon is at 13 degrees of Sagittarius. The sun is at 13 degrees of Gemini. Full moons represent endings, so closure comes, and also celebrations, depending on what you're ending, right? And we get this energy once a month, every 28 days. We get this closure, this ending. This time, our closure, our ending, is coming through the lens of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is linked to the truth. Sagittarius does not sugarcoat stuff. I'm married to one of those, and I can assure you that Sagittarius does not sugarcoat anything. The Sagittarius energy is very blunt. It's truth. It's very in your face. This is the fact. Whatever emotions come with it on your end, those are yours. That's the energy that Sagittarius brings. The Sagittarius Gemini axis, right? So we have the moon in Sag, the sun in Gemini. This axis is linked to thinking, learning, teaching, the higher mind, and philosophy. So this is why I wanted to point out that grand trine that we were just talking about in the water signs, all of this intuitive download energy. Downloads, right? Messages from the universe, messages from your higher self, messages from your guides. Those are truth. There's no sugarcoating in those downloads. So there may be something that is presented today, this weekend, that helps bring closure to a situation that may have been fueled by lies, that may have its roots in embellishment of a story. It might bring closure to a situation that's based on falsities. This full moon tomorrow is ruled by Jupiter, and that's because Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So whenever there's a full moon, this full moon is in Sagittarius. Okay, Jupiter rules Sagittarius. Where's Jupiter in the sky right now? It's in Taurus. So this can give us a little bit more. So like a Sagittarius full moon is going to be different depending on where Jupiter is every time that this full moon comes around. This time, Jupiter is in Taurus. Jupiter is also conjunct the North Node. So the North Node, Jupiter expands, right? Jupiter is the biggest planet, gregarious energy, Kool-Aid man energy is how I like to talk about him. And the North Node, right next to Jupiter right now, is where we need to go in order to walk our highest path. It's kind of like true north, like the North Star. So Jupiter is right here showing us this is the way to go. In the sign of Taurus, Taurus is the most basic, practical sign. It's like getting your ducks in a row type energy. So this can be like a practical truth coming to light that leads you down your highest path. So something that's like so simple, so like, why did I overlook that for years? You know, it's so basic. It's such step one, you know? So the full moon represents endings, but life is cyclical, right? Everything comes and goes in cycles. So the more that you hold on to what is not meant for you, the more you hold on to what is not serving you out of fear, the less the universe is able to present what is for you, because there's no room for the blessings in your energy field. If you're hoarding fear and trauma and tragedies and that connection to your story, if you're holding on to that, the universe has no room to give you the good stuff. So those stories that we hang on to, a lot of those are based on emotion. Sagittarius is here to shine the light on truth of what is in your life. So yeah, if this full moon's, and I don't know, it's all about celebration. It's all about how you use the energy. This might feel like a painful ending, a painful separation, and so be it. You know, if it hurts to let it go, it's probably because it's been hurting you to hang on to for a long time. But you gotta let stuff go before you can expect the good to come in. So then on Sunday, we'll talk about this when I come back on Insight Timer on Monday a little bit more. But on Sunday, after this full moon, Mercury and Uranus come conjunct in Taurus at 20 degrees. So Mercury is all about the mind, your thoughts. Mercury is amplified while the sun is in Gemini, because Mercury is the ruler of Gemini. So this is just like a hot spot, a hot time of the year for Gemini, or for Mercury in general. So on Sunday, Mercury and Uranus come conjunct. Uranus is the planet of shocking revelation, unexpected, seeing things from a different lens. So Sunday, this could be like your aha moment. And while this conjunction is exact on Sunday, the energies are available. The energies are building. It's kind of like when you bring a magnet together, you know, like you could feel the pull, and then the magnet comes conjunct, and then you pull it away, and you could still feel that force. So that's kind of what it's like when planets come conjunct. So there might be some aha moment in the practical, simple things in your life. This is happening in Taurus. So how I was seeing this as I was making my notes for today, I'm seeing this as like you change something in step one, and then the rest falls into place. Like, this doesn't need to be as complicated as you're making it. Sun in Gemini, it's a good time to get overwhelmed with things and get caught up in the details. But I'm feeling this especially with that Sagittarius full moon ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter's in Taurus. There's a lot of Taurus basic kind of energy going on right now. So we'll talk a little bit more about that when we recap this weekend on Monday. We'll talk about that, and then other stuff for next week. I don't want to get too far into it. I want to get to the cards. So today I want to ask our higher selves what we need to know about the downloads that are available and the truth coming from the full moon. So I guess that's a good way to start it. Let's see. Yeah, Sag gives it straight up. Carrie says, I had a huge eye-opener yesterday regarding truth. It's not something I wanted to see or be aware of at all, but I appreciate finally seeing it. Yeah, sometimes it just gives you like a breath of fresh air. Like, oh, now I know what I'm actually working with. June will be really the big awakening. What makes you say that, Cherry Berry? I am very like day by day when it comes to astrology. I'll listen to some podcasts talking about like what's to come, but I don't really sit with it and digest it until I come on Insight Timer. So that's another reason why I really like doing Insight Timer, because it like puts it into practice for me. I have to sit with the chart to make my notes, and that's when stuff comes out. Speaking about truth, we'll see what happens, Cherryberry. Gary, so I better lose my stories. We better all lose our stories. I can rant about that, so we'll see. We'll see what comes out of the cards. That's what I mean. Charlotte, we see the truth. We see the truth, we speak the truth. Unfortunately, not everyone gets us or accepts. And maybe that means that they're not meant for your highest path. Excited for Monday. Me too, Courtney. And I'm just going to say this to you, Courtney, if you did put the link in the chat, it didn't come through, but sometimes on Insight Timer, you have to put a space between the link because you can't put a link, but you can put like the podcast space.com or whatever. So today we're going to pull first. So we're asking our higher selves what we need to know about these downloads that are coming in to help us with the truth of the Sagittarius full moon. We're going to use this Gateway of Light activation deck. Look at the gold shimmering in the light. So beautiful. So beautiful. If you would like to send your energy into this deck, however that looks for you, some people blow on their screen. Some people feel energy shooting out of their eyeballs. Some people like put their hand up to the screen. Yeah, this is a reading for all of us. So what do our higher selves want us to know about whatever intuitive downloads may come today in relation to tomorrow's full moon? This is, you know what, this might be a really cool time, a cool day because of all of the water trine energy going on. So I always offer a chance for you guys to boost your intuition during my readings, and today might feel different. So if there's a number right now between 1 and 3, just note it. Like if you know something. If not, don't worry. So when I show you the cards, I'm going to show you the backs of the cards. So you're going to see the same image 3 times, okay? Forget that you have human eyes. We're using our energy eyes today. I want you to just tune in to all of your physical senses when I hold up the cards to see if anything changes, if anything feels different, if you might see like one card might look a little different, you know, like a weird light around it. You might feel a twitch somewhere in your body. You might get an itch. You might sneeze. You might have like a muscle tingle. You might smell something. You might hear something, right? You might hear a ringing in your ears when I hold up a certain card. Literally anything. Anything in your environment that changes when I hold up a card. So like if your dog barks or if like a bird lands on your window or something, those are all ways that our guides communicate with us. So that's why mindfulness is so great. Because the more you understand your norm, your set point, the more simple, like the easier it is to feel when something changes. So, and a lot of these things are really subtle. So if you're waiting for this big, like, whoom, it might not happen. But if you know that it could be the most basic little, like, oh, my shoulder itched, or whatever. Yeah. Gary, is it incredibly hot and dry in northern Illinois? It's terrible here in northern Wisconsin. It's actually incredibly hot and humid, so I am thriving right now. It is 90, and the last few days it has said it was going to rain, and it hasn't. Like, that's how humid it is, and I am in joy and bliss. This is where I belong. I love it. April says, this is bringing so much clarity for why I was drawn to this weekend, now Friday night for me in Japan, to plan staying home and diving into the practical. I love that. I love that, April. Hello, Eric. Blessings, Jackie and Room. I came at the right time. You always do. Jackie, thank you for your donations. Very, very much appreciated. And April, thank you, thank you. All right, guys, I'm going to show you the backs of the cards. If you don't feel anything, don't discredit it. This whole reading is for all of us, always. But if you do feel drawn to a certain card, that could be your guide saying, like, hey, just pay extra attention to whatever that message says. So away we go. Here's the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. I will show them one more time in case you need a refresher, but if any of them jumped out at you, let us know in the chat. The back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. All right, Christy, thank you so much for your donation as well. I appreciate it. All right, Helen's working with 2, Jacqui 3, Kirby 3, Vicky 1, Jennifer, I want to say 2, but it could change. That last one that jumped out of the deck gave me goosebumps. Lindsay, that was number 3, just so you know. Eric 3, Trish 3, Rebecca 1, April 3, Kim 2. Oh, I love it. Helen, go dance away. All those stories. Charlotte 2, Christy 1, Lindsay 3, Elisa 1 and 3. Suzanne felt a shiver of energy up my neck at 1, throat chakra. Jennifer 1 and 2, Bonnie 3, Gina 3, Carol 2 and 3, Christine 3. A bird flew by the first time, then the second showing my eyes began to water at 3. Woo! Courtney 2. AJ's taken all of them today. Leslie 3. Charlotte, thank you so much for your donation. Much appreciated. So today we asked... Oh, wow. Thank you, Eric. Very much appreciated. Beth said, my nose started bleeding as soon as you pulled the first card. I'm super new, too. Is that a common thing for you? Are nosebleeds, like, normal, or did I ignite something in you that needs to get flushed out? Oh, very interesting. That's, we'll see. We'll see what it says. So what does our higher self want us to know about these downloads that are coming through that can help us coming into the full moon? Trish, thank you kindly. You guys are being so generous today. This is very much appreciated. So card number 1 is the central sun. I'm trying to get the glare off of it. The central sun. Abundance downloads. The second word in the description is downloads. I love these readings. Abundance downloads, regeneration, and success. I'm gonna look for something to rest my elbow on so I can hold this up higher for you guys. Yeah. All right. Our sun is the center of our solar system. Solar being the keyword. All the planets orbit it. We use this journey to measure time, space, and even our birthday. The sun helps us connect with our journey and see how far we've come. It is just far enough away to create the perfect conditions for Earth to become abundant with life. In ancient Greece, the sun was known as Helios. In ancient Egypt, it was Ra. Worldwide, the ancients knew the importance of the sun. The earliest sky gazers worshipped it because daily it would disappear over the horizon, leaving the darkness and mystery of night. It was clear that it had governance over life and light. So we learned early on that the sun was needed for us to survive and thrive. The sun is therefore a vital energetic vortex in the physical realm. But on a spiritual level, it is a portal of divine light that we connect with through the inner universe. It's a spiritual gateway representing the center of the multiverse, a sacred energetic portal that irradiates infinite inspirational light. The great central sun is shining brightly in your life and upon your world. This is a time to regenerate. Tiredness and old energy are being washed away. Old skins have peeled off to reveal a sacred and more aligned you. This is an exciting time. Central sun energy is magnetic and all-powerful, opening you up to light and supporting you as you express your own light in this lifetime. New ideas, opportunities, and experiences come easily to you at this time. Like the sun kissing the perfectly ripe soil, the seeds you have planted are being encouraged to grow. Realize that in order to go beyond your horizon, it's important for you to welcome energetic exchanges. When you help others, you let yourself be helped in return. When you invest energy in projects, you let energy be invested in yourself. As I was reading that, there was like a million different ways that I could start describing that. Yeah, Kirby, your card is back. I noticed that also. That's insane. I feel sunburn peeling energy from this. I feel like if you're a person who needs like a physical representation of watching energies go away, maybe this is your clue to like go spend some time getting vitamin D from the sun. Maybe allow yourself to burn. Everyone has lots of opinions about the sun. I don't think the badness comes from the sun. I think the badness comes from what we slather on our skin. But let yourself burn and peel to expose the newness that's underneath, right? You need to get rid of the story. And if the story is your outer layer, the tough skin that you've accumulated, maybe it's the sun that needs you to, maybe it's the sun that you need in order to release the story, if you know what I'm saying. Wow, what else goes in here? Energetic exchanges. Yeah, this is also giving me, like, if you guys are in embodied astrology, this is totally in alignment with the reading that we did yesterday with regeneration and being of service. This is just like another hit on that, being of service to others. So yeah, it's just giving gifts and allowing the gifts to come. You got to give in order to receive. What are you guys saying about this card? Because my brain is going 1,000 miles an hour again. Anique says, I'm missing this because crap is hitting the fan this morning. I'll watch the recap. I feel this energy, but it feels like major anxiety and chaos. Sending love, Anique. I love it. Helen, time for new behaviors with me. April, oh, that's amazing. If you are scared of that, maybe you could steam it off. What do you mean? I love it. Love it, love it. Let me see what else, if anything else jumps out at this. And let me know what you guys got from that. Oh yeah, this is talking about tiredness and old energies are being washed away. This is totally full moon energy. The stagnant old is being washed away. So our question was like, what do we need to know about our intuitive downloads? Maybe you'll get a download when you're actually standing in the sun, when you have the sun on your skin. And maybe this download could be, something uncomfortable that helps you release something that is tired and old and stagnant. Oh, the sunburn and peeling. Yeah. Hello, Dr. Monica. I was actually thinking about you yesterday. I was like, I haven't seen Dr. Monica in a long time. And boom, here you are. This card feels so welcome, rejuvenation. Dr. Monica, if you're asking for the deck, we're using Gateway of Light. I'm holding it up. Eric, I shifted. I was moving from this energy. Now I feel drawn to walk into it. I love that. Facing your fears, right? Facing your fears. This next card, number 2, I don't think I've ever read. Dr. Monica hasn't been sleeping well. Well, I hope something comes through these cards that helps you click and release. Love it. All right, guys. Card number 2, Temple of Truth. You don't say. You don't say. We have a Sagittarius full moon and now we're working with the Temple of Truth. Interesting. Throat chakra, authenticity, self-expression. This is asking what we need to know about the downloads coming through today in regards to tomorrow's full moon. The throat chakra is found between our collarbones and is the energetic center that governs everything to do with truth, communication, and self-expression. Whenever we have to speak up, raise our voice, or even just get our emotions out, it is activated. We'll often feel when this space is clogged up energetically or when it needs to open, because we'll feel a lump in our throat or even in our heart. This card transports us to the Temple of Truth, the inner energetic gateway that supports our truest form of expression. The image shows that this is a bright, airy, open space with flowing water. This represents the emotions that flow through us. Emotions are powerful messengers, and if we don't attend to what needs to come out or through us, they build up. And before we know it, we're overwhelmed by them. When you are brought to this space, you are being reminded of the importance of your identity and your self-expression in this lifetime. Acknowledging who you are, who you have been, and who you are becoming is so important for the unfoldment of your path. There's an old story that the truth hurts. This gateway reminds you that in fact, the truth heals. Your truth is your truth, and it's important for you to honor it with every facet of your being. This isn't the first incarnation in which you have felt the importance of honesty and authenticity, but it may be the first in which you have had the full freedom of expression. This gateway coming to you today is a message that there is something buried deep inside you that you haven't expressed, and this is causing energetic blockages on your ever unfolding path. It is a time to love yourself enough to honor the feelings that are rising up in you, for they are divine guidance that will bring you into greater alignment. This is the perfect card for everything. My gosh. So how this is relating to the downloads of the Grand Trine in water. If something is nagging at you that you've been suppressing, if there's something in you that is true to you, but you haven't expressed it because of fear of being judged or looked at like you're nuts, or, like a lot of things I don't say because I don't want the argument. I don't want to have to defend my point because it just is. This is what I think. I'm just going to say it, whatever, but I'll hold a lot of that back because I don't want people to say like, well, what about this way? Because I don't want to be challenged. However, if there's something like that that keeps nagging at you today, express it. Get it out. It doesn't need to be on a public stage. You don't need to hop on Instagram and tell the whole freaking world your opinion, because that's like inviting that pushback. You just need to express it in your own way. Get it out of you. Journal about it. Write about it. Tell your dog about it. Tell the tree about it. Just get it out, because the more you hang on to it, the more it's just going to fester and hold your throat chakra closed. And when your throat chakra is closed, that also impacts your intake of messages. So if there's something you're not saying, this is just how energetic stuff works. If there's something that you're not saying, there's also stuff that you're not able to hear. So this is just about being authentic, speaking your truth, getting it out there, I made that comment earlier about the sun and sunscreen and all that stuff. That's my truth. I often don't talk about that kind of stuff because I don't want the pushback. I don't want other people's fear on me, but there you go. It just felt right. I let it out. Temple of Truth. Here we go. Helen, I knew number 2 was my card. And this isn't like, you don't need to, this isn't the temple of confronting someone. This is the temple of expressing your truth in some way. And I'm not feeling the energy of like expressing your truth for validation from others. We don't need that. We're beyond that. Sagittarius is the higher mind. It's way up there. This is the temple of owning your truth and getting comfortable with yourself having that truth. So tell your dog about it. What are you guys talking about? The truth heals. Yeah, it's scary because when you're in your bubble of this is my life. The truth heals. Charlotte, yes. I am a Sag and I have thyroid issues. I believe the medical issue is due to my holding back verbally for years. This year I've been working on it and my thyroid numbers are improving. I am of full belief that all physical ailments are directly related to energetic pathways, and emotions are energy in motion. You gotta get it out. You gotta process it in one way or another. Cherryberry 2 and 3 for me. I love it. We'll see what number 3 says. Full moons make me anxious. Crazy things always happen. We can change that story. Letting go. That's your name. That's who you are. You are letting go. Let go of that story. Trish loves that from Charlotte. Dr. Monica, or you have to deal with how it lands for the other. Been feeling the need to release through communication. Yeah. Their emotions are their issue, but I understand like the backlash. Like I said that myself. Like there's a lot of things that I don't say because I don't want the pushback. Like I don't feel like defending my point. I just have an opinion and that's it. But that could be, if it's really that strong and I'm holding it in, I don't know. It's all a fear thing. That's why I started my podcast. My podcast is more in your face. It's more like, this is what I think of the world. If you like it, cool. If not, interesting. So, yeah. If you want to listen to that, link is in the link tree in my Insight Timer bio, where all my other stuff is. April, I love that. Truth and of like mind. Jennifer, that was definitely for me. Violet, this card speaks to me. Been feeling so guilty because I'm taking care of my pup with cancer and diabetes, and I'm worn out and wishing he would transition peacefully, but I didn't want to admit that. Now that you admit it, now that you just have the truth out there, now you can work with the truth. Now you can work with what the feelings are that you're actually having. And it's okay. Every feeling is valid, but it's the guilt of having the feeling that makes it this big. Express the truth in some way. Own truth for yourself. Helen, this is definitely about holding my truth, owning my truth. You Can Heal Your Life, Kay. That is a wonderful book. Yeah, You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. All about how energy is related to physical ailments. Yeah, Violet, that does not make you an awful person. That makes you a human. It's a lot. It's a lot to take care of a dying thing. It's a lot. I've been watching it a lot in my family. There's a lot of like old people that are transitioning, and the people who are their caretakers, that's happening in my friends also. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. So it's okay. Hold your pup close. Oh, I love that. There's so much love going on. See? Speak your truth, and you'll be surprised with what comes back. All right, our last card. Card number 3. Asking our higher self what we need to know about the downloads coming through that will help us prepare for tomorrow's full moon. I love it, Violet. Thanks for your vulnerability. I felt it before you even picked it. This is the one that jumped out onto the floor. It's so bright, I can't even show it. Like, look at that. Just look at the light on the card right there. Star being healing codes. Powerful. Important information. Wounds are healed. Recharging. Wow, it is a beautiful card. Look how powerful that is. There are many names for star beings, such as ETs, star people, star ancestors, sky people, and more. Whatever they are called, they are divinely inspired, evolved beings existing in dimensions that we can't even comprehend. They are the overseers of the cosmos, and like angels, are divine expressions of the heart of Source, who are dedicated to the well-being of the entire universe. They aren't limited by time or space, for they are from a higher dimension. Their frequency healings are received on a spiritual level and then can move through our energy centers to affect the physical. These cosmic beings are our interplanetary cousins and are now coming to many souls on Earth in support of healing, expansion, and harmony. Star beings exist in multiple forms and come from many different universes. But this card is a gateway that transports us to one of their healing sanctuaries. It is a gateway that is open to many different star beings, and so it doesn't stipulate which cosmic race is coming to us, but we will be receiving healing codes directly from cosmic guides. The healing can be emotional, physical, or spiritual. However it comes, know that it is a great blessing. If the world seems overwhelming or intense at this time, know that it is okay for you to retreat to a safe space and to cleanse and recharge your energy. You may feel called to be a healer for others and to share your healing with the world, but please ensure that you are balanced and filled up with light first. This is not the time for you to sacrifice your own well-being in order to serve others. Light beings are placing their hands upon you now, filling you with divine light that will wash away any blockages or stagnant energy standing in the way of your freedom and wholeness. Star beings are channeling healing codes and frequencies into your being, and it's important for you to stay alert for any intuitive guidance about your body so you can be restored to health once more. I'm just sitting with that, reveling in it. I feel like that was so timely with everyone being so vulnerable in the chat. This is our star beings letting us know that we deserve healing, care, and comfort just as much as those that we love. This, oh my gosh, here we go. This full moon that we're getting rid of our story, right? Okay, so it's our story of our past about why we're a bad person, why we don't deserve this, why we're, oh, this is just karma. I'm just going through some nasty shit because of stuff I've done in the past. Those are all stories, okay? Every single one of us deserves peace. Every single one of us deserves love. Every single one of us deserves to enjoy this incarnation as the vacation that it is. We are here on this earth to experience the human qualities that we have in this 3D reality. We get to experience emotion. That's a blessing. These star beings, they don't have physical pain. They don't know what that is. They also don't have the physical giddiness when you get all excited. They don't get to feel those tingles running through their body. We do. This is a gift. This meat suit that we have is a blessing. The story that tells us, oh, I did a bad thing 35 years ago, so I'm still paying for it, it's complete bullshit. The femur, stay with me here. The femur is the biggest bone in the body. It takes the longest time to heal. What does it heal in 6 to 8 weeks with proper treatment? So why would anything in our body take longer than 6 to 8 weeks to heal? It's because we choose to put our focus and our attention on the negatives. It's because we choose to fuel the story so that our ego feels good, so that it's our ego fueling that story. Oh, I made this bad choice, so I must be a bad person, so I must have this, I must be reprimanded for what's happened. That's poppycock. So here the star beings are letting us know that no, you deserve light and love and healing, and you do need to feel, you do need to fill your cup first. You do need to heal yourself first in order to be able to heal others. It's like a guilt thing to be a people pleaser. You know, I still experience it. I'm not above all this. Like I'm working through this, and I do feel like I'm going to be working through something like this for the rest of my life. All of us are. It's all a process. It's all a work. It's all a practice. But where was I going with that? People pleasing is like telling the universe that they deserve more and better than I do. And the more you tell the universe that, the more the universe is going to present those types of situations to you. So if you tell the universe, I deserve to be relaxed, I deserve to be happy and peaceful, and I accept healing from my star beings, the more the universe is going to show you how good it can get. How do you get there? You got to speak your truth. The truth is that you are love and loved. You are worthy of it. You are always worthy of it. No matter what choices you've made, you're a freaking human. You're a human. We all make choices. And then you move on. But you got to hang on to your truth, because your truth is light. Maybe help the sun peel off the layers of the story. I want to see what Gina's talking about. Everyone's like, yay, Gina! This full moon is on my 4th sobriety birthday. This is so affirming that I'm moving in the right direction, and as I peel the layers, yes, letting go of shame and guilt. That's awesome. Congratulations. Happy birthday. What's his name? Bill W. says congratulations. Oh. Helen, I'm very serious about. Oh yeah, all right. Plan the adventure. I love it. Full body chills from Trish. Courtney, full body chills. I just watched a documentary yesterday that spoke about tribes that see star people as their gods. Surprise, we're all one of them. Let's take what you want from that. April, that is why I am home this weekend. This is the clarity. I love it. It goes without saying, first, thank you everyone for the donations that you've been putting through. If you've enjoyed today's reading, if you'd like to offer an energy exchange in the form of a donation, they're always appreciated. Never expected. If you want to connect with me off of Insight Timer, my link tree is available in my Insight Timer bio. I'm all over the place. I do a whole lot of things. Just click on all the buttons and look at what I do. Yeah, I love connecting with you guys everywhere. Yeah, very social person. Violet, I was feeling like a bad person. So perfect. Yes, yes, yes. Suzanne, wow, I'm flying to visit my elderly stepmother. And this is a good reminder to also care for myself. I have a spinal cord injury and deal with a lot of pain issues, but have healed a lot the past couple of years. Good to take care of myself. Sometimes too, like, you have to be the example. I was thinking about that this morning for some reason. You have to be the example to people so that they understand that they can put themselves first as well. So it's all like, there's so much coming through, and I want to put it really concisely for you guys. It's all a resentment game. If you feel like you need to treat people a certain way so that they don't resent you, like, that's their problem. Maybe they don't know how to put themselves first. So they're here's my journey. When I used to be more of a people pleaser, just like my automatic, like, oh, I'll do whatever you want because it's okay. It's okay. I can handle it. It's okay. I can take the I can take less for myself because so that you can have more, because that makes me happy. But then in the same breath, I was also more expecting people to do things for me. And there was that expectation, like, well, if I'm doing so much for people, then people, it might not be the same person, but like if that's how this world works, then like it should be coming to me. But imagine if everyone, right? Like I know that I can't change what everyone does, but you can change what you do. Like if you take care of yourself, that might, the truth hurts, that might impact someone in a negative way right now, but you might also be the example that they needed. Wow, she goes for a walk every day. She reads every day. She knows that this is what she needs. Like I learned that from my mom. My mom has to go on a walk every day or else she's a bitch. Like that's just how it is. But I learned that from her and I'm like, wow, she knows that about herself. She makes it a priority. What can I make a priority for myself? You know? My son just said, Kay, it's time to burn guilt and shame with that Sagittarius fire. Ah, I love it. I love it. All right. I can't stay here too long. I have an appointment after this, but I'm having such a good time talking with you guys. Suzanne, I also felt a shiver with this card, but not in my neck, like number 1, more in my lower back, which always needs some love. Violet, I deserve to be relaxed. I deserve to be happy and peaceful. Going to stand out in the sun and repeat that. Yes. The name of this deck, Patricia, is the Gateway of Light activation. Beth, oh, Jacqui, I'm so grateful I stumbled upon you. I much needed to hear all of this. Awesome. I'm so glad you found us today. Please come back. I do this a lot. I really love doing this. Yes, Jacqui, Liam is super smart. Very wise, magical little boy. It's Kay's son. Kirby, Heal Yourself. You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. You can heal your life. Yeah, I was just talking about it with you the other day. Thank you, Christine, very much. Thank you, Trish. Thank you, Eric. Stephanie, yes, you did miss the whole thing, but this is going to be on YouTube later. I put all of my Insight Timer replays on YouTube, so just search Jacqui Mancuso, and it will be up there along with all the past ones. Violet and Brenda, thank you kindly for your donations. Got to start with ourselves first. Lindsay, yeah, I used to have that same mindset. It's so interesting. The more you work on yourself, the more you care less about what other people are doing. The more you heal yourself and love yourself, the less the rest of the world matters. It's so cool. It's so cool. It's so freeing. Jennifer, that's me. I'm your mom. I need a walk like people need coffee. That's great. Yeah, Christine needs the walker. Everyone suffers. Yeah. It's really funny. Thank you, guys. I am on my way out, so I'm starting to say goodbye. Can't find your link. So my link tree is like that linktr.ee/Jacqui Mancuso. But it's if you go to my Insight Timer profile, it should be in About. I think there's like About or Bio or something all the way to the right. My link tree is linked in there. Or, you know, like, if you put my name in Google, I'm sure, like, I'm not hard to find. I have a pretty unique name. There's one other Jacqui Mancuso on Facebook, and she lives in Australia, which I think is the coolest thing because I have this, like, connection to Australia. I just think it's hilarious. Thank you, Rebecca. Your Body Speaks Your Mind by Deb Shapiro is also a good one about the body and energy. Thank you. I've never heard of that one. The Body Keeps Score is another one I've never read, but I've heard about it. Thank you, Gary. Very much appreciated. Eric, hugs to everyone. Thank you guys for being here. Today was great. Today was a really good time. And I can tell that you guys had a great time also. Keep your intuition open today, tomorrow, this weekend for insights of truth. Welcome truth. And I invite you to welcome the release of the story. Maybe that's this energy this weekend. What am I telling myself? What emotion am I hanging on to? And what is the actual blunt there's another word I'm looking for. Truth. Just what is truth? What is ultimate truth? Truth is that I love you all. Sending love to all. I'll see you guys on Monday. Namaste. Thank you for being a part of me speaking my truth. Thank you for playing a part in this magical thing that I get to do on Insight Timer.